Oh, I'm really proud of the guys, how hard they fought. An unbelievable effort in the second half against a team that deserves their ranking and more. In the start of the game, I thought we defended well, but I have so much respect for Coach Alford and that staff that I'm not a big sets guy. I ran a lot of different stuff to start that game and in the first half, and we had 11 turnovers in the first half, didn't have any in the second half, but I overthought myself in the first half, and in the second half I just let them play, and we put the ball in 13's hands and go, and we played much better in the second half, and I just wish I had that first half back, but just have a lot of respect for them. That's a NCAA type team. It's a team that's like the teams at the top of our league, so hopefully that tells us we're not too far off. We have a lot of hard work to do yet, but can't fault our effort. Our guys left everything they had out there.
Questions? Greg, just talk about Jake. I don't know that he's ever been better than any Indiana State uniform. And the momentum he gave you and some of the plays he made were, a little bit special out there. Just talk about his effort to bring you back from down the field.
He's just really competitive and really good. I think he was as upset as anybody at halftime, and we had to let him do more. Obviously, we feel like he's one of the best players on the floor every night when we play. We got to give him opportunities to do different things, and he just took it upon himself. He basically willed his team back in it, and he's never, to me, asked out of a game, and he had to. He was so gassed in the second half for a minute then, and then he sits there for 5 seconds, and he's ready to go back in. But a tremendous, tremendous effort by a really good player.
The overtime period, was it just a matter of the energy expended to get back in overtime, or was there something else?
I think if we'd have got them to miss one of those shots, they got one right away, the three by Greenwood, who's a better shooter than what his percentages say, and then kind of at the end of the clock on that, and then at the end of a clock on a second shot, he throws in that one kind of on a loose ball, and I think that gassed us more than anything else. I think if we'd have hit a bucket and they maybe would have missed one of those, we'd have still been okay, but that really affected us. Got the guys questioning a little bit, and that's a veteran team. They got 3 starters back, 8 veterans back, so good players are going to make plays, and that is a very good team with good players.
One thing that sticks out in a I guess a negative way is the free throw shooting. Get back to Hunch a little bit. Talk about that.
Missed 12 free throws, and we were 4-23 from the three-point line. They're not guarding you at the free throw line. You should be able to make those, and I thought other than maybe 1 or 2 of our threes, we were wide open, and I'm going to stand by them. I'm going to let them shoot them. Those guys are good shooters. If you get them in rhythm, you ought to take them. You shouldn't take them if you're off balance, and I thought we took a couple of those, but we're just going to have to work more on it, I guess. That's really what it is. When you're working on your shooting, you got to do it at game speed, and maybe that's what we have to get a little bit better at practice. But you give their defense a lot of credit on that, too.
At the end of the first half, there was some missed defensive assignments along Williams to kind of get going a little bit. Just talk about that, and I know that's something that this team, that worked through their experience curve and all that needs to get better at.
Yeah, we know they'd isolate him and attack him. What they do is they really have a good plan. They're going to attack the mismatches they like the best on the floor, and we have some guys that are need to be better defensive players all the time instead of just some of the time. They came at us, and they were making that run, and we let our poor offensive play really affect us at that end. We didn't play with the energy that we did, say, in the second half or to even start the game. Manny and Kitch had those turnovers there, and I thought they both hung their head. And when all 5 guys on the defensive end aren't working together, something's going to happen in the wrong way. So it's just a maturity of our team. And again, I really think in the first half I kind of had them messed up on the offensive end and it affected us on the defensive end.
You spoke on it a little bit. You're always expecting to win, but this has to be a positive. A couple shots, a couple free throws, and you take down the number 25 team in the nation.
Well, it's a positive because we really worked hard and we really fought hard and we got back in the second half. I'm not so much of taking something positive out of a loss, but if our guys are going to work that hard, we're going to win more than we lose. We just have to clean it up in the first half, and if you put 2 20-minute halves like that together, then you're a really good team. I agree. It's one of the top teams in the country. It's a well-coached team. It's a team that's probably going to be in the NCAA tournament. So it's a little litmus test for us to kind of see where we're at right now.
Coach, you touched on Jake a little bit. Coach Alford down the hall just told us that that's the best guard they've seen all year. They played UConn, Davidson, some really good teams. talk about him getting some respect from opponents now.
Well, and that's coming from a guy that was one of the best in college when he played. He's seen it all. He's won an NCAA championship, held the big trophy, on the last night of the season. And he's a tough guy and a tough competitor, and he knows what a tough guy and a tough competitor is. I wouldn't trade Jake Odom for anybody, And the nice thing about Jake, he could care less about his numbers. He's so upset right now with losing that game, and that's the way he is. We'll come in tomorrow, and he'll get right back to work.
Anything else, guys?